the seat is starting to come together. So I sort of glued it into a rough shape that I wanted to, so start tightening it up a little bit. Started hacking apart the rear frame as well. Gonna make maybe a little loop in there. I'm gonna acquire myself a little welder first. Make a little mini hump in the back. Also got some nice little foam. We can start hacking apart that, and that can make up the seat. So here's a quick glimpse of some of the parts I started hacking off the back. That sort of sat in there. Sliced that off and sliced a few little bobbins off the back. Put the foam on my new custom-made seat. So start trimming that down and yeah, make some more progress. So this is the seat trimmed down a little bit. I did have the cover on there as a test, but it's still quite lumpy. So I'm just going to put another sheet of foam over the top. Trim that down, glue that on, trim that on, and then put the leather back on over the top, and hopefully it should reduce some of those bumps and smooth out, and it should be done with the seat. So that's the seat done with the second layer of foam. It's just a thin layer of foam, and smooth it out mostly. Time to put the leather on, and yeah. And that's the seat finally done. Covered with the sort of leathery vinyl, stapled down on the underside, and on the bike, a little bit dark, but it's done. Alright, just got a little issue with the clip-on handlebars. These clip-on handlebars, because they come down a little bit lower on the fork rather than sitting up top. There's a mounting bracket here, and when you turn in hard, it hits the tank. So what I'm going to do is the bump stop here. It should actually be hitting this piece here, and that one there as well. I'm just going to weld in a little bit extra tab and stop the clip-ons hitting the tank. And yeah, there's the end result of the tabs now welded to the little steering bump stop. So just that little bit more is giving me enough room so the clip-ons do not hit the tank anymore. I have welded on a new frame. The existing frame actually came out from about here and then went up here and joined on about there and extended out, and I had a whole bunch of other shit on here. I've cut all that off, and then I cut this back as much as possible and left a big gaping hole, so I had to weld on a plate. Just grounded that down a bit to make it a little bit more smoother. It'll be better when I paint it up. And then welded on some new braces here, and it's a lot shorter, as you can see. So these are basically for the seat, so the seat lines up a little better. That's the new seat that I made, and what I plan on doing there is welding, so that sits in the those little guides now, and put a plate up in here, bend that out a bit, and then make this little fiberglass rear section, and that's the rear part done. Then I've just got to mount the battery and shit and whatever in there, because I've cleaned that up quite considerably. Coming together, we've welded in a bit of metal there, and we'll lift it up higher. I think I was liking that look, and the seat on. So if you can imagine, just a little bit built up with a bit of fiberglass on it. Starting to come together.